Ah! You recognize the voice, bitch!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 9 of Don't Shoot the Messenger. As always, I'm your host, Glenn Lewis, here with my good friends, JR Swish and our friend Loso. Please excuse Loso and myself on this episode. We're very tired as we record this. We got plenty of stuff coming your way, folks. Lots of NFL stuff, talking about the Super Bowl, some NBA.
Don't stop, nigga.
And we're going to start with the biggest story in the world, Eagles, with the upset.
What about the Hall of Fame induction?
We'll talk about the Hall of Fame induction afterwards. But how about that Super Bowl, guys? Eagles upset the Patriots 41-33, winning their first Super Bowl ever. Nick Foles, the backup, wins Super Bowl MVP. He had a great game. Caught a touchdown pass. I mean, incredible game. Am I right, JR?
Mm-hmm. Played like his hair was on fire.
Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to leave it at that.
Yeah, Nick Foles, man. My God.
You know what Glenn reminds me every podcast?
What?
As he sarcastically laughs, I think of the meme where the dog is just sitting in the house. It's all up in place. And it just says, "This is fine." I literally think of that every
Loso, what'd you think of the game? Loso,
my God.
For a game that I wasn't even looking forward to watching, I thought it was a really exciting game. It actually ended up being one of the better Super Bowls I've watched in recent memory.
Yeah.
A whole lot of offense. Offense is always fun to watch, of course.
Yeah.
And a question this raises for me, is Nick Foles the best backup quarterback in the NFL, officially?
Yeah, there's no question. There's no question about it now.
I still think it's Derek Anderson, if we're being honest.
Oh, relax.
Or is it going to be Kirk Cousins next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, while we're talking about Nick Foles, guys, I mean, Super Bowl MVP, I mean, this has to start some sort of quarterback controversy for the Eagles now.
No.
I mean...
No, it doesn't.
You guys don't think so?
At all, no.
Not even remotely.
If anything, it builds up his stock for trading. But they're going to give up on Wentz.
No conference.
He just took with the second pick, and he's a certified stud.
Can you really trade the Super Bowl MVP, though?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time it happened.
I don't know.
After he threw 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions under Chip Kelly's system, traded his ass instantly. Dunzo. He was only good in the Eagles system. They don't need
Foles threw 27-2 under Andy Reid, not Chip Kelly.
Nick Foles to the Buffalo Bills?
No, that was Nick Foles under Chip Kelly.
No.
No. I'm saying Nick Foles to the Buffalo Bills?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure he had his best year that was under Chip Kelly.
What is this?
Wait, was it 2013?
No, yeah, his best year was under Chip Kelly. That was Chip Kelly's first year.
Okay, then I don't know why I'm thinking Andy Reid.
I don't know either, because he was in Kansas City.
Andy Reid was the one who brought him in.
Probably. But, I mean, we knew, guys, win or lose, Philadelphia was going to be burned to the ground. And so far, those passionate Eagles fans have made all those predictions come true.
I hate Philly. Not even the team.
Yeah,
I've gotten over hating the Eagles. I hate the city and the people. Oh,
they're literally eting horse
they're
shit.
Scumbags.
They're so excited.
They make Boston seem like an alright place to visit.
Right?
Yikes, relax, pal. You slow down.
Oh yeah, you're saying all this like you're not allowed to visit the city. You're perfectly fine. You get the pass.
For where? Boston or
for Boston? For Boston, you'll be fine in Boston.
You're saying Philly makes Boston look like a good place, and I'm saying relax.
I'm saying it makes it look like an all right place. I'd say good.
I'd say relax. Boston is still Boston.
Yeah, the birthplace of the Klan.
My God.
The adopted home of the Klan.
But looking at the
Looked every bit
looking at the
like
other side of it,
Brady.
guys.
Tom Brady is a stud.
Just to go.
Tom Brady had a great game. Over 500 yards, 3 touchdowns.
You know, he managed to solidify himself as the GOAT even more in a loss.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think there was any question, though, going into this game, whether or not Brady was the GOAT. He solidified it last year.
The baby boomers.
Well, the baby boomers are
Dying now.
Yeah. So, sorry to the baby boomers that listen to this podcast, all two of you.
Sorry, Mama Lewis.
Yeah, sorry, Mama Lewis. Sorry, Mama. I love you. But looking at the other side of it, guys, on the Patriots, there's a lot of drama now. I mean, Malcolm Butler being benched for no good reason. Gronk is talking about retiring.
It's a good day for the NFL, pretty much.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, let's talk about Malcolm Butler first being benched. We know the report came out that apparently it was because he got caught with, and I
heard that was false.
Is that false? There was a report that came out that said that he got caught with weed. He missed his curfew.
Yeah, he missed a curfew, and he missed his curfew because he was late to, or he went to a Rick Ross concert. He was out past his what's his name said.
Curfew. And
but I mean, the marijuana stuff was false.
I think so too.
Who knows?
The guy who reported it.
I said I don't know. Who knows?
It was someone to Bleacher Report, so you can only take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
But they said he was late. He was late because he was sick. Arriving to Minnesota, he was trash or late or playing terrible, practicing all week. Super terrible.
Per Kirk Minihane, benching Butler not a discipline issue. Belichick made the call a few hours before game. Many coaches and players were shocked. Some players and coaches furious with Belichick. This is a move that divided the locker room.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't be surprised if that was true, because we've seen Bill Belichick make really questionable decisions concerning personnel and roster in the past, but we never questioned it because it always worked out. Well, now it doesn't work out, and you sit the hero of Super Bowl 49 the entire game, and after the game, the dude is in tears saying they gave up on me. I mean, Bill Belichick is still the greatest coach of all time in the NFL, but that's a really stupid decision by him to do that.
Oh, yeah, without question.
I mean, I feel like if Butler plays on defense, that could have been a much different game. He's a lot better than Eric Rowe.
Yeah.
So,
former Eagle, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So now Malcolm Butler is set to become an unrestricted free agent. I highly doubt
he's done.
Future Brown.
If the Patriots even think about re-signing him, that he would want to.
He wouldn't even think about going there.
Exactly. So Malcolm Butler, future Panther. You heard it here first on Don't Shoot the Messenger, folks. And then looking at Gronk, I mean, dude's talking about retiring. I mean, I'm sorry, but the Pats have got to be the biggest bunch of crybaby, sore-ass losers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, how about the Vikings like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, true. Top five then.
I'd rather a sore loser than a sore winner, though.
True. Just look at my quarterback.
In the ass.
Yeah, so, I mean, personally, and I think I speak for the rest of the NFL fans outside of Boston, we're glad to see the Patriots dynasty finally tumble.
I don't think it's tumbled, but it's not like...
It's fumbled.
Yeah, it definitely fumbled. They've lost Super Bowls before and still bounced back and win more, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little different outcome after this one a little bit more, because you hear a little bit more things coming out of that organization than in the years past. So that makes
and it just has a different vibe to it too, Like in the past, it kind of felt like the Patriots were like, all right, well, that's fine. We're going to bounce back. Right now, I feel like they're kind of in a state of, well,
holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of all at each other's throats right now.
Yep.
I mean, so, but looking back at the Hall of Fame inductions, Ray Lewis, Randy Moss, Brian Urlacher, Brian Dawkins, and finally Terrell Owens got inducted into the Hall of Fame this year, guys. And then looking at the NFL award winners, we didn't get to talk about that last episode, but obviously Brady won MVP, Todd Gurley won Offensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year, finally, well-deserved. Sean McVay won Coach of the Year. Keenan Allen, Comeback Player of the Year. On offense.
Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
Defense Rookie of the Year, Marshawn Lattimore.
That's what I just said.
You didn't.
You didn't say Offensive Rookie of the Year or defense.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I said the Saints have both Rookies of the Year, Marshawn Lattimore on defense and Alvin Kamara on offense.
Didn't hear that at all.
Well, anyway, if you look through the archives, if you go back to one of our earlier episodes, you can see that your boy got all the awards correct.
Loso did call every single award winner correctly, so
we all
props to him.
Say that outcome?
I think we were discussing it either pre-show or whatever, but yeah, Loso called.
We called it on the air.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was on the air.
Yeah,
we made our predictions for our awards.
Because me and Loso both said Keenan Allen for Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah. And I forgot who you were saying. I don't.
MVP.
Gronk, maybe? Was it Gronk?
I have no idea, quite honestly. I might have said Gronk.
I'm not sure. I might have said Campbell for Defensive Player of the Year, though. I'm not sure.
I think you said Greg. No, you didn't say Greg Olson.
For what?
I might have got Depoy wrong now that I'm thinking about it. Fuck.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure if I said Campbell or not. Anyway.
Am I forgetting any awards, guys?
I think you said Harrison Smith.
Yeah, Glenn might have said Harrison Smith.
Yeah, I think I said Harrison Smith, yeah.
I'm not sure if I said Campbell or not.
Well, I'm glad Aaron Donald won it.
Me too.
For
long time coming. He's been the best defensive player in the NFL for 3 years now.
Hall of Fame induction, though. That was.
I think bold prediction, but Aaron Donald's already solidified himself as a future Hall of Famer.
Yikes! Relax.
I mean, hey, not far off.
Say Steeler shit. Oh, okay.
Not far off at all if he hasn't.
I'm just glad.
Honestly,
I'm really glad Terrell Owens made it into the Hall of Fame finally.
My favorite wide receiver of all time, right there.
Ridiculous that it took this long. But look at these other guys that were first ballot: Randy Moss, Ray Lewis, Brian Dawkins, and Brian Urlacher, all first ballot Hall of Famers. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I agree with
Brian Dawkins.
No, Dawkins was second ballot.
Oh, okay. Never
Brian
mind.
Dawkins was second ballot.
This wasn't his first year.
Okay. For some reason, I thought this was Brian Dawkins' first year. Okay.
I thought it was Brian Dawkins' first year as well.
Yeah. Looking back even further, guys. Looking back even further, guys. Something that happened right after we recorded the last episode. Alex Smith, obviously the blockbuster trade to the Washington Redskins. Then he got the mega deal for $71 million guaranteed. Really don't have any idea what the Redskins were thinking, quite honestly. Unless I know you and I agree on this, though, where we're kind of like, this is a really boneheaded move.
With the Alex Smith trade?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was awful. It looked fine up until they announced who they gave up on the trade. Which is
they gave up
Kendall Fuller, top slot corner.
Yep.
And somebody who could play the outside.
And what was it? A third-round pick?
Yeah.
Second-round pick.
Second-round pick. And one of the rest corners for
what some might consider a slight upgrade at quarterback, and others might consider a slight downgrade at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much difference there.
Yeah. I mean, and now they're trying to make up for it.
I just looked at it as the Kirk Cousins, the older version of Kirk Cousins.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. And now they're talking about franchise tagging Kirk Cousins to attempt to trade him. and you've already got $71 million tied up in the guy you just traded for, who's like what, 34?
You're 32, 33, something.
So now you're gonna
that'd be a $50 million cap hit for just quarterbacks. $50 million on quarterbacks.
I mean, I understand why they did it, but I mean,
yeah, because they don't want to look like the dumbasses that they actually look like when they did that trade.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I think no team would trade for Kirk Cousins if they do franchise tag him because they already know they're trying to get rid of him.
Exactly, I agree with you, Loso.
No,
Nobody's gonna.
Somebody probably would.
Why?
Yeah, why? Why would you give up any assets?
Anything.
He's going to be a free agent next year.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
you know that
you don't have to.
You know that they're going to get.
Knowing that you could get him, you're not going to get it. You could get him for you could lowball
a 7th round pick
anyway because.
But then the Redskins won't accept that trade.
Their leverage is they have to get rid of him anyway, so they got to take the best.
That's not a leverage for them.
No, they don't.
That's a leverage for it.
Redskins don't have.
They have no leverage.
The Redskins don't have any leverage.
Yeah.
I'm saying for the team.
So no team is going to give him anything.
For the team who wants Kirk Cousins that bad.
Well, why am I going to give you a 7th round pick if I can just get him for nothing next year?
Exactly. Why would I give up anything? Nobody's going to
give up a 7th round pick.
It's the exact same reason why nobody traded for him this past year.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Kirk Cousins might not even suit up. He might just sit out the whole year.
Yeah, exactly.
No, they'll just have to take the tag off of him before the season even starts because they don't have the money to afford two $30 million quarterbacks.
Fucking stupid. It's even dumb.
That's stupid.
What I do see happening in the possibility is if they do tag him, I can only imagine a scenario where Alex Smith gets injured. Kirk Cousins has a good year for them. Maybe a wild card season. And then they're like, all right, what do we do with Kirk Cousins again? It's legit what I see happening.
That'd be something. Kirk Cousins, future Bronco.
Kirk Cousins, future Jet.
I would say Jets, Broncos, Jets. Highly doubt he goes to the Browns, but you never know if they come with the huge check.
Well, all Kirk wants is money, huh?
Huh? Yeah, that's all he wants is money. So, I mean, they got the most of it.
Yeah, because $25 million definitely isn't enough already.
Right. This motherfucker wants 30. Who do you think you are?
And guys, we're talking about trades and stuff. Let's look ahead. NFL offseason.
Nick Foles, Bills.
NFL offseason coming. We've got some potential trades, like Loso said. Nick Foles could be on the trading block. Potential big name free agents. We mentioned Malcolm Butler earlier. This is a pretty big free agent class in terms of talent.
Jarvis, right?
What's that?
Jarvis
Landry and Allen Robinson at wide receiver, among a bunch of other guys.
Yeah, a couple other guys.
Jimmy Graham at tight end. He's going to be available.
I forgot the guy existed.
Yeah.
If the Panthers don't re-sign Andrew Norwell, that's one of the top guards in the NFL. Couple of safeties. Morgan Burnett,
Mikel Roby Coleman, and
Tremaine Johnson are both free agents.
Darwin.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Star Lotulelei in Carolina.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. How could we forget Le'Veon Bell? Who he'll probably wind up re-signing with the Steelers. That's why I don't really count him.
Think about it.
Yeah. But, looking at these potential trades and free agency players, guys, both of you one at a time. Loso, I'll start with you. Who's one new player you want on your NFL team next year that your team could get through free agency or trading? And one player that's on your team right now that you want gone before kickoff next year?
Are there any good edge rushers out there right now?
I don't believe so. This isn't really an edge rusher solid free agency class. I know Ziggy Ansah is going to be available.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Really? Is that it?
Yeah.
That's probably going to be the biggest one, yeah.
Then I guess I'd go secondary. I wouldn't mind Malcolm Butler. I don't know how much money he'd want, so I don't really see him coming to the Rams, but... Can I help you?
You could get David Amerson from the Raiders that they just cut.
What about
No, I want an NFL caliber player.
what about Lamarcus Joyner? So y'all's free safety. He played really well this year.
Yeah, I think he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back. He's a big locker room guy.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great attitude. He's really determined. I like him. He's a gritty player. I think he'll be back for sure. One player I'd want to get rid of. There's not many when you go from 4-12 to 11-5.
For sure.
There's always some guy.
Tavon Austin. I don't know why it took me so long to think of it, actually. Yeah, that was obvious. Tavon Austin. Dude, I don't even care where he goes. You can send him to fucking Madagascar for all I fucking care.
And who's the one player, Loso, that you would want on your team next year?
Well, I thought I answered that with Malcolm Butler.
Okay.
But I don't know, because I feel like he'd demand a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Maybe he'd take less than Tremaine Johnson, though, if Tremaine Johnson doesn't come back.
Yeah,
true.
Maybe.
But he's not as good as Tremaine Johnson.
Probably close to the same amount of money, though.
Well, he's close to the same. I'd rather True any day. But what other guys in the secondary do you have available?
Let me take a look, because I was looking at this earlier today. Free agents.
What the fuck? You turn my TV off.
Cornerbacks in the NFL. Malcolm Butler, we know.
Akeem Talib might be a good cut here soon, so.
Oh, that's true.
True. That would be a big name. EJ Gaines out of Buffalo.
He was just on the Rams.
Yeah, they traded.
Rashawn Melton out of Indianapolis.
What the hell? Google.
Yeah, whatever happened to Vontae Davis?
He's washed.
He's still
he sucks, but he's unemployed still?
No, he's on the Colts, I thought.
No, he got cut.
They cut him?
He did get cut.
When did he
cut him earlier this year? Yeah.
He's still recovering from his injury. Patrick Robinson from the Eagles, guys.
He didn't get cut? No?
I don't think so.
He did
get cut early. Yeah, he did, right? Early this year? Yeah.
When the hell did Vontae Davis get cut?
Like the beginning of the year, bro.
It was after he tore his groin, yeah.
Oh, he got cut? Really? Wow, I totally missed that.
Patrick Robinson from Philadelphia, guys. Prince Amukamura from Chicago. Kyle Fuller, also in Chicago.
Kyle Fuller's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Paul Richardson's a free agent. Forgot about that
Claiborne, nobody. There's no. Really.
There's plenty of solid corners that are going to be available.
But not a cornerback one, huh?
Nah. I'd say low tier cornerback 2, probably. Delvin Breaux from the Saints.
You know who I feel like it's a good free agency for the Panthers. I feel like they can give it a good go. I think it's a good free agency pool for the Panthers this year.
Oh, for sure. If Carolina can move their money around, there's plenty of players out there where they can fill holes. Wide receiver, corner, safety.
I think Paul Richardson would be a really good pickup for them, honestly.
I love Paul Richardson. But JR, asking you now, one player you want on your team next year who's not there now, and one player who's there now that you don't want next year.
Okay, I'll start with the player who I don't want. His name is Mike Mitchell. Get this scrub off the team. But he'll be gone. He'll be getting cut here soon.
For sure.
Player who I do want, probably a linebacker. I'm not sure which one, but there's a handful of them. You got Super Bowl champion now, Nigel Bradham from the Eagles, who I like a lot. But he plays in a 4-3, and I'm not sure if he could play inside linebacker in a 3-4 or not. But I don't see why he couldn't.
The Broncos have also talked about how they were talking about moving guys earlier. The Broncos
Paul Puzzle-Leather.
Paul Puzzle-Leather. I'll also take a Zach Brown from the Redskins.
Did you hear Whitehead?
Who?
Did you hear Whitehead from Detroit?
From the Lions? Not sure. Again, a lot of these guys are 4-3 linebackers, so I'm not 100% sure.
Are you looking for 3-4 linebacker? Huh? No, I'll still think about the Rams too. That's the thing.
I'm thinking of.
We're 4-3 too, though.
But Zach Brown could play in either because he played in Buffalo and they ran a 3-4 and a 4-3.
How about Paul Warlow? He played in 3-4 in when he was with Atlanta. No.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I need a good linebacker. Navarro Bowman may kick the tires on Navarro Bowman. He's still young. He's
What
like
about good
30.
old Alden Smith?
Yeah, he's probably somewhere in prison getting anally raped right about now.
Oh, all right.
Yikes.
And Sean Lee might get cut here soon because the Cowboys got to make cap space. So don't be shocked if he gets cut. Yes, that is the Sean Lee, Skip Bayless. I'm sorry.
Can we edit out where JR just said raped?
Yeah. Let's just go ahead and say what I just said again. Go ahead. Sure. Edge rushers, really, though.
Now we got to add out 2 things, Glenn. Good job.
Yeah, facts.
Nigel Bradham.
2 bleeps now.
Hey, that's 6 sacks per game, man. Adrian Claiborne's a free agent as well.
What about Nigel Bradham?
DeMarcus Lawrence is a free agent. I said Nigel Bradham. I said that was the first guy linebacker.
He said Nigel Bradham was the first name he said.
Yeah.
Well, he can come to the Rams. That'd be nice.
All right, so Loso, you've already had your guys. All right, JR, you want Mike Mitchell gone. The one guy you would want on your team next year.
I just gave you 4.
Okay, I'd ask for 1.
Well, narrow it down to 1.
Yeah, narrow it down to 1.
All right. Well, they're probably not going to get it. They probably don't have Nigel Bradham money. But I would say him. So I would go with either Zach Brown or...
Oh, my God. What part of one player do you not understand?
I'm narrowing it down. Shut up. I went from 4 to 2. Eat a dick. All right, Glenn, how about that? I'll probably just say, because you can get him for cheap, I'll just probably say Navarro Bowman, just because he'll be cheaper than all of them.
Okay.
Because they'll draft a linebacker early, so they don't have, it's not like they got to spend money on one.
For me, guys, the one player I want gone from Carolina is Charles Johnson. He's a detriment on the defensive line now, and cutting him is going to save a good amount of money.
How'd Jonathan Joseph do this year?
What does Jonathan Joseph have to do with anything?
I don't know. I'm looking through these cornerbacks. I was wondering how Jonathan Joseph did this year.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Probably not that.
He's old.
Great. He's old as shit.
He's younger than Morgan Grimes.
Terry Poe.
Are you looking for an interior lineman right now?
So for me, the one guy I would want gone is Charles Johnson. Save money, cut a liability. And the one guy I'd want in Carolina,
Sean Lee. You know, Carolina like them white linebackers.
Yikes! It comes down to a wide receiver. Oh, a halfback, yeah, for sure. No, it'd be either a wide receiver or a corner
somewhere. Yeah.
I would probably say Malcolm Butler, just because he would be our cornerback 1 for sure. And we need help in the secondary like crazy. So
or safety, yeah. They don't draft.
Or a safety, yeah. Heck, I mean, if the Rams don't re-sign LaMarcus Joyner, I'd love him in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening.
But moving on, guys.
Maybe a Morgan Burnett or something like that. Yeah.
Eddie Lacy to the Panthers, guys. You heard it here first.
Eddie Lacy. Yeah, psych.
He can go eat all those Bojangles and stuff.
All right, we're moving. We're moving on.
It'd be interesting to see where DeMarcus Lawrence goes because the Cowboys.
And Ross Cockrell is going back to the Steelers this year.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
We are moving on, guys, to the NBA. An injury-filled season continues in the NBA, guys. Kevin Love has broken his hand. He'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. And John Wall had knee surgery.
That overrated bomb.
The Cavs continue to struggle for sure, even without Kevin Love. Or even when they had Kevin Love, they would struggle. But the Wizards are playing pretty well without John Wall, which is surprising.
John Wall the cancer. Wow.
Yikes.
Not shocked. Shout out Johnny O. Psych. Kyrie better.
We don't talk about Muslims on here.
Yikes. Okay. Well.
Edit.
We need one of those Kevin Garnett cuss buttons.
What were you saying, Glenn? In your MAGA hat, what were you saying?
It's definitely a Space Jam hat, but all right.
Oh, shit.
Opinions on the show are our own and do not reflect the opinions of Don't Shoot the Messenger. All right, but you know, guys. All right, I can't get you guys seriously right now.
Glenn doesn't even know where to go with it right now.
I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to calm the hell.
Overrated.
Yeah, he's overrated.
Relax. John Wall's not overrated. John Wall's only overrated by Johnny Obeid.
Yeah, that's what makes him overrated.
True.
That guy has like half of all Twitter posts of all time.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Johnny, I really hope you're listening, because if so, I'm getting you banned from Twitter. So, enjoy your last...
That man got 180,000 tweets, 179,000 were about John Wall. That's insane.
Yeah,
We've had Twitter for 2 months.
But it's just crazy that, guys, these big-name NBA players keep getting hurt. Like, it seems like every week there's another big name that goes down. I mean, last week we had Boogie go down, and now Kevin Love and John Wall. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for the NBA.
You think so?
Competitive.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't make it more competitive. We all know the Warriors are still going to win it in 4.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, then why the Rockets at the top of the power rankings right now?
Are you really going by power rankings right now, Loso?
Well, I kind of am, but that's not what I really mean. I mean, I think the Rockets have a fair shot to knock out the Warriors.
Rockets have a better chance than anybody else in basketball right now, without question.
Well, but guys, you know, we talked about for a second here the Cavs continuing to struggle. At this point, I honestly think that the Celtics are going to come out of the East. Do you guys agree or disagree?
I don't know.
Not sure yet. The Celtics need to get another scorer because outside of Kyrie, there's no other scorer, and they'll struggle come playoff.
Well, they've been looking at trying to get both Lou Williams and Tyreek Evans.
Well, they need to pull the trigger for one of them.
The Celtics have been looking to trade for Lou Williams and Tyreek Evans.
My whole thing is I keep hearing about the Cavaliers struggling, and I know they're supposed to be a great team, but I looked at the standings for the first time. I thought they'd be honestly like 10-40 or something. They're like 8-10 games over 500. They'll be fine.
I mean, I don't know about fine, but that's not good.
10 games over 500 in third place. I think that's in second, third place. That's fine.
It's because they're in the East. They've lost like 12. They've lost like 12 out of their last 18 games. That's how bad they've been.
Yeah, they've been really horrible.
I know. They're getting aired out by everybody.
Yeah, that's just how up and down the East is.
And I think that they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then I think the Boston Celtics win the Eastern Conference Finals, and then get swept by the Warriors.
No, I don't think they'll get swept. They might win one somehow if Kyrie goes off.
The Warriors lost by 30 to Utah, so Utah's eliminating the Warriors in the postseason.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Doesn't it?
The Jazz aren't even making the playoffs, but yeah. Blake Griffin traded.
Yep, I was just about to say that. This will be our last NBA topic, guys. But there's not really much NBA stuff to discuss. But obviously, you know, Blake Griffin got traded to the Detroit Pistons, and it's been great for them so far. I mean, he and Andre Drummond are just killing it.
Okay.
Never been
a stop there.
Blake Griffin.
I paused because I was going to give you guys both a chance to speak about it. That's kind of how this works out.
I know that was really abrupt. You didn't say, "All right, Josh, what do you think?" Or...
Not really a big Blake Griffin fan.
Okay, fine.
Blake
Griffin and Andre Drummond are good. What do you think, Loso?
No, ask JR first.
Blake Griffin is a gingered fuck. Never been a fan of Blake Griffin, really. He's a soft gingered fuck. That's how I'm feeling.
He's better than his brother.
Relax, he's playing great.
He's been there for like less than a week.
And in that less than a week, he's been playing great.
Andre, who got Goran Dragic is an all-star now? Who the fuck?
Yeah, Goran Dragic is an all-star now. That's pathetic.
Yeah, I don't know who died and made Goran Dragic an all-star in the East, but that's terrible.
Adam Silver.
And I think it was Boogie Cousins.
Boogie Cousins died, and Adam Silver made him the all-star. I don't know how he got in there with
John
Kemba
Wall's
Walker.
knees.
Whatever.
John Wall's knees made Goran Dragic an all.
Who was the other replacement? The other replacement was Andre Drummond?
What? Yeah. Andre
Yeah,
Drummond was
right.
Kevin Love's replacement, I believe.
Yeah. And Goran Dragic replaced
Paul
Boogie.
George was DeMarcus Cousins' replacement, and Goran Dragic was John Wall's replacement.
Oh, there you go. That makes a lot more.
They all
And
have
Andre
common,
Drummond was.
they're all
suck.
LeBron.
Yeah, they all with LeBron.
Blame LeBron.
All right, guys. On to our final few topics here tonight. Talking about the Super Bowl commercials and halftime show.
Tide won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think that was my
best commercials.
Tide absolutely killed it this year.
Was it Tide? No, the Doritos and Mountain Dew one was my favorite one.
Nah,
yeah. I wonder why, JR. I wonder why.
Shout out Morgan Freeman and
One fist in the air.
I really liked the Danny DeVito commercial where he turned from an M&M into Danny DeVito, and he's running around the street asking people if they want to eat him. Love Danny DeVito.
Tide killed it, bro. Those cleverly placed Tide commercials. You thought it was gonna be an Old Spice commercial.
And then Tide crashes it. Yeah,
it's Tide.
Loso, you said it before the show, but it made me feel like every other commercial was going to be a Tide commercial.
I was getting ready for it. It looked like it was about to be another Bud Light commercial. Ended up being a Tide commercial. Oh, man. They killed it. It was too funny.
Yep, for sure.
Halftime performance sucked, though.
Yeah. It was
all right. It started off real bad, but then it ended strong.
It started off like a basement.
I didn't like it.
I didn't either. I mean, I like JT's music, so there's some songs I liked in there.
Yeah, he went to his classic.
Performance garbage. Yeah, that was fun.
I expected a lot more from JT, so I was pretty disappointed overall.
I expected a guest somewhere.
Yeah, weird that we didn't have a single every year for the Super Bowl halftime show. There's some sort of guest. Not this year.
And they said hologram of Prince. It's not what I expected.
That was pretty dope, though. I like that. That was dope.
I was expecting like an actual hologram.
And they lit up all of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Well, do you think that was real, or do you think that was something that they just put on TV for the viewers?
That might have been just for the viewers, but it was still dope.
Well, it was a hologram, Loso, so it's about as real as it gets.
What are you talking about, Glenn?
Never mind.
We're talking about the city lighting up in purple.
I know. I'm just being an ass.
Well, no, you always are.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Before we close the show today, guys, unfortunately, tragedy struck this weekend in the NFL. Colts young linebacker Edwin Jackson, only 26 years old, was killed by a drunk driver. Our thoughts and prayers, condolences go out to his friends and family. And then we learned immediately afterwards that Seahawks defensive end Frank Clark lost his father and a couple other family members in a house fire. Our thoughts and prayers go out to him as well. Just crazy that those two tragedies happened one right after the other. Never something that anyone deserves to go through, but all of us sending our love and support, positive thoughts, vibes, et cetera, to these guys being affected by these things happening. That is it for episode 9 of Don't Shoot the Messenger.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. That's right, Loso. Don't drink and drive. But that does it for episode number 9 of Don't Shoot the Messenger. We thank you guys for tuning in and listening. We will see you on the next episode. JR Swift for Loso. This is Glenn Lewis signing off.